that if you give that woman that sexual validation, I'm attracted to you, I like you, that definitely ranks up there with all the other powerful ways of getting her excited and getting her wanting to talk more. And once again, if you don't, she's going to talk less, she's going to talk less, she's going to start looking around, she's going to say, I'll see you later. Good luck with everything. Every single time. So you have to display your sexual interest for her. And that's really it. I mean, if I'm doing all of that, once again, the majority of guys who are out there just walk up to her, try to win her over, do all of the talking, trying to impress her, not letting any of those silences fall because they're too nervous and they can't handle it. And every single girl is like, yep, another one of those guys. Another one of those guys. But if you're a guy who walks up, looks her strong in the eye, has a confident expression on his face, shows that he's comfortable touching her and being close to her, he's not afraid of her, shows he's not trying to win her over and impress her with his words, he's actually forcing her, expecting her to contribute equally to the conversation, to show that he's not just thinking of the next thing that he's going to say to impress her, to show that he's just no agenda, just totally tuned into her, totally comfortable with it, and showing that he's interested in her. You're going to ask any girl, how many guys do that? Maybe 1%? Barely. They say they never see those guys. So when they do, they immediately know, oh, it's one of those guys. I like those guys. What happens again? I want to go back and touch. What happens again if maybe she's not as receptive, right? What happens if she doesn't give you as strong a signal? Now, once again, if you're bringing everything that I just mentioned, you're going to be getting positive responses the vast majority of the time, I promise. If you're not, you won't, promise. But once again, there's always those situations where maybe you're a little bit off, maybe she's a little bit off. What do you do in those situations? A couple things. A couple verbal things I like to do. Once again, I'm usually going to turn up my physicalness to see if I can jar her out of it with a little extra energy from my body, strongest way. But verbally, I'm also going to try to spice things up just a little bit to see if I can maybe shake her loose, shake her out of whatever kind of funk she's in, maybe shake myself out of whatever kind of funk I'm in too. And so the things I do to spice things up, they're just self-amusing. They're just things that I do to have fun with the conversation because I have to entertain myself because she's not being very entertaining at the time. So what are some of those things? Being playfully challenging is one of them. And so this one's simple. Whatever she says, I'm just going to challenge her on it. She says she did. She said she went to, she said she went to Harvard or whatever. No, you didn't. You're such a liar. I don't believe you at all. The expression of playfully challenging, you have a smile. You got to look him in the eye. It's almost saying, you're not that cool. I refuse to believe you're that cool. No way. You never did that. You're a liar. Playfully challenging. Playfully disagreeing is another one of my favorite. Whatever opinion she expresses about something, I'm just going to express the direct opposite strongly. She says, oh my God, I love those guys. Oh, I hate those guys. What? What are you talking about? Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm just trying to throw her off. Oh my God, like that is the worst. That sucks. What are you talking about? That's my favorite. My dad and I used to do that every single day. What are you talking about? Really? Oh my God, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just full. Playfully disagreeing. Another one of my favorites. I use this constantly. You're blank. Whatever she says, it's just that old middle school thing, you're blank. She says, that's stupid. You're stupid. She says, oh my God, that looks like fun. You look like fun. Whatever it is, that's the worst. You're the worst. Whatever it is. You're blank. It's a great way to just kind of mix things up. It's so easy. There are two other ways that I really like to mix things up if it gets to it. And these are two different sides of this exact same coin. Fomance, which of course is French for false romance. I don't speak French. Fomance and playful disinterest. Two sides of the same coin. Fomance says whatever she's talking about, oh my God, that's the hottest, sexiest thing I've ever heard in my life. She's like, oh my God, I got these new rain boots. I love new rain boots. Oh my God, like those are sexy rain boots. And those are good because you can touch her a little bit more, you can get closer to her, and you're playing around. so she's a lot more loose with what she'll allow. And the other side of that coin, playful disinterest. Ugh. This one's easy for me. If ever a girl says she's from Ohio, I'm from Michigan. In case you weren't aware, our two states fought a war at some point, and we've hated each other ever since with a passion, and why wouldn't I? They're rednecks. But, sorry. No offense to any Ohio people, of course. All in good fun. But, I mean, I'm definitely going to give her some playful, right? Turn my back a little bit. Are you serious? Ugh, gross. What I'll often like to do, I'll make physical contact. I'll establish physical contact with her when I do it. Like, I'll push her away a little bit, but I'm still touching her, right? Letting her know I'm still interested with my physicalness, so she still, like, stays interested. I'm not actually. And then I'll come back on, it's all right. I've had friends from Ohio. You guys aren't that bad, right? I'm sure your dad drives a truck. I can grow to accept that. It's no problem. Nothing wrong with truck driving either. It's an honorable profession. You know, it's an Ohio joke. So, some different ways I mix things up in case they're getting tight. One other thing I want to leave you with, if it's not going so. Once again, I'm usually going to give her 2 tries, sometimes 3 if I'm feeling really generous to contribute back to the conversation. If I'm feeling really generous, I'll give her a 3rd shot. But when it's just dead wood, when there's just nothing there, very, very important that you employ what I call the warm goodbye. If there's another thing that I'd like you to do tonight, I would love you all to employ the warm goodbye. What's the warm goodbye? It's really simple. Hey guys, I got to get back to my friends, but it's been fun. It's been really fun talking to you. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Cheers. Go off to your friends. Why is this so important? Why is this so freaking important? It's important for a number of reasons. Number 1, you want to maybe save some sort of chance with that girl. You know, maybe she's just in a funk. Maybe it's early on in the night and she's still feeling a little awkward. She hasn't had enough drinks yet to feel sexy and confident. So she's just a little stiff, right? If you're sitting there showing no social intelligence whatsoever, just trying to drag out this conversation, doing all of the talking, trying to win her over, it's just going to get more awkward, and you're going to feel worse, and she's going to get more turned off. She's going to think, who's this weirdo? But if you just show social intelligence, go up, not trying to impress her, see what she's got, and she's just not there yet, and you're just like, hey, I got to get back to my friends. You guys have a good night. All of a sudden, she starts thinking, oh, wait, that was actually a cool guy. Like, I was an asshole there. Like, this is why my mother always asked me why I'm single all the time. That's why. Fuck. I've had so many girls come up to me after I've warm goodbyed them. Hey, how's it going? I'm like, yeah, I was being this way and that way. So number 1, saving any possible chance you have with those girls. Number 2, reason for the warm goodbye, every other girl in that place is watching you. They are. They want to see, how does this go? They're going to be judging that interaction.